I'm Ryan Milton and welcome back to First Callouts. This is the show I run every single week for all you competitors out there where I teach you how you can get into that first callout. Today, I got the top 4 posing tips for you. Everything that you need to know to master your posing and bring your best to stage. We're going to talk exactly about why that's so important when it comes to being a competitor. I ask you one favor, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this right now, please make sure you share the video. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up too if you can. This is just one of the 5 awesome shows I'm running all week dedicated towards giving you value, helping you get where you want to be. Today is First Callouts, and it's for all you competitors out there. Let's dive right on in. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is the top 4 things that are going to help you master your posing, help you get into the point where your posing is flawless, if there is such a thing, all right? And I'll tell you straight up, there's not. If you're somebody that's actually good at posing, you know that there's no such thing. But the point is, why is posing even important, right? Why does it even matter? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. When you embark on the journey to do a prep, yeah, you're going to have to diet. You're going to have to follow a nutrition program. You might need to build for a while, then you need to lean out to get to the stage. You're also going to have to train. That's something that's going to be constant. You're going to be lifting weights, training, doing maybe some cardio. You're training all the time, whether you're in an improvement phase or you're in a prep phase. So no matter what, you got these 2 constants. And here's what competitors do. Competitors say, okay, these are the most important thing. I need to be lean, so I'm going to diet hard. I'm going to do my cardio. I'm going to focus on my training. And you know, while that is part of it, there is the most important part of it that so many competitors don't focus on, and that is the posing and the presentation. Guess what happens on show day, ladies and gents? You get out to these competitions, it's finally the day, you made it through the whole prep, the whole peak week, you did it, you are there, you are at literally the finish line now, you're waiting in the wings, waiting for your second where you're going to come out on stage. And right here, when you step out on stage, you get to that center box and you do your posing routine, you get off to the side, you have just now crossed the finish line of your contest prep. No matter how long it was, if you had the improvement phase and now you did the prep phase, you did the whole peak week, you are there, you just crossed the finish line. Guess how much of that whole process you're getting judged on? You're getting judged on just that couple seconds where you are in that box on the stage showing the judges your final product. They're not looking at how you dieted for 16 weeks. They're not looking at all the intense workouts and the cardio and the discipline and the mental struggle. They're not looking at any of the stuff that came with the prep. They're looking at, guess what? That posing and that presentation that happens in that one little bit. And this is the thing that competitors seem to forget. They leave this part out. I know competitors like last minute bum rush into posing. They realize they're 3 weeks out and they haven't been practicing posing, and now it's time to get a posing coach. It's time to hire this and that. It's time to figure out what to do because you're frantic. And then guess what? I'll tell you what. I've been to so many shows, so many different competitions over the years, and I'll get there and there's great physiques. People with outstanding physiques. You're standing in the back, you know, you're waiting, you're like, oh, this dude's got it. He's going to take the whole show. That chick, she's in the perfect shape for bikini. She's going to win. And then they get out on stage and they don't present well. They don't have the poses down. They don't know how to angle it. They're not confident. They look like they're struggling. They don't know what they're doing because they didn't practice posing. And guess where they land? In the dead last call out, not in the first call out, okay? So I'll tell you this straight up, the difference these days, and this is what Sandy Williamson and other top level NPC IFBB judges have told me, that posing now and presentation is the differential. It is the thing that makes all the difference in the world when it comes to competing. Because people that can pose well, present well, guess what the goal of your posing is? Your goal of your posing is to accentuate your strong points. Really show those off. You know, if you got great shoulders as a bikini competitor, you want to show that to the judges. If you got great glutes as a bikini competitor, you want to show that to the judges. If you're a bodybuilder, you want to make sure you got the abs right. You want to make sure you got the splits in your quads right. You want to show your best. And guess what? Every physique also has weaknesses. Every competitor physique has areas that are subpar. They're not as good as some of the other areas, right? And other competitors might beat you in those spots. So guess what you do? You hide those. You accentuate your strong points and you find a way in your posing to hide your weak points. And that's why tip number 1 for all of you competitors out there is to get yourself a real posing coach. I know these days the temptation to just sit around around and jump on YouTube and watch a few videos, watch a few things about NPC bikini posing, watch a few things about classic physique posing, watch a few videos here and there, and then think that now you sitting there staring in your bathroom mirror, you've mastered your posing off of a damn YouTube video. It's a wrong thought process, okay? When you are on stage, the judges are below you. They are looking up at you. They're literally looking from 2 feet down at your physique in this light. So if you could imagine, all you practicing in the mirror looking at yourself or taking your little video with your selfie, camera on your phone, thinking that you dialed this in, thinking you got it down, in reality, that's not even what the damn judges are seeing, okay? And yeah, sure, you might be able to be a novice competitor, somebody who's doing their first show ever, really doesn't care about placing, really just wants to step on stage. You might be able to sit there and watch some YouTube videos to get your posing down. But if you want to be competitive, if you want to be, in reality, bringing your best, if you want to go far beyond being a novice and you actually want to do more shows, you want to get into open first places, all these different things, go to nationals, become an IFBB pro, well, guess what? It's time to get yourself a posing coach. And in reality, everybody, I would always suggest, even a bare bones, brand new competitor with no experience, no idea, I would suggest, even if you didn't care about your placing, even if you were just one of those competitors that want to step on stage, get a posing coach, because it's going to make your whole process easier. It's going to make everything easier. And what you should know about posing coaches is that you got to get a qualified posing coach. I swear, these days, every dude that ever competed in one show and every chick that ever did one show is now a qualified posing coach because of Instagram, right? They take their little posing videos, they post it, and they say, you know what? Hey, I'm offering posing sessions. DM me. Hey, hit the link in my bio and you can pose with me. Well, guess what, ladies? Guess what, gents? That doesn't mean whoever you're looking at on IG is qualified. Just because they have a cool physique and they have good posing, well, they probably got those things from their coach. They probably got those things from an experienced coach. And while it might look great on them, what you have to understand is that does not guarantee, that does not even mean in the slightest bit it will look good on you. Because what I said about posing, what I said about physiques is, guess what? Every single one is different. You got to accentuate your strong points. You got to hide your weak points. Well, if you're following this girl's routine and she has really, really great glutes and you think that you have the same level, you might not. And so you pose like her, you're actually showing a weakness versus a strong point for that person, right? So every physique is different. Every posing routine needs to be different. Every angle the judges are going to see, guess what? Will be different. And so you got to understand that while you're posing, while you're doing all this stuff, you got to have somebody that's looking at you and knows what the judges are looking for, knows about the fact that posing is really the balance of the upper to lower body. What are the judges always looking for when we get on stage? Well, they're looking for muscularity. They're looking for proper shape, size, symmetry, and proportion. And they are looking for, guess what? Conditioning. But most of all, they're looking for the fact that you're doing your posing correctly. You will get scored down out of any first call out, out of any of the other call outs. You'll get dead last place if you show up with a great physique and you don't have your posing down. And that is the truth about competing. And I've seen it time and time again. And it's because people don't get with qualified coaches. They try to wing it. They think they can cut corners. Yeah, posing costs money. Yeah, getting anything in reality costs money, right? You want to go to the store and get a damn sandwich. You got to put money up on the table to get it. It's no different. If you're trying to bring your best physique, you're going to have to invest in yourself. And I strongly suggest, this is tip number 1 right here, get a posing coach. Get a real qualified posing coach. Get somebody that can pose you for your division and they understand what the judges want to see. They know what the judges are doing. They're not going to regurgitate the same routine that they have, the thing that they're going to do over and over. I posed tons and tons of clients for years, and I'll tell you what, I never had any of them do the same thing. Never even once did I say, oh, just do this girl's routine. Oh, just do this guy's routine. Just do that. Because it's not how it works. And now, the posing coaches we have on TeamFFLEX, they sit down with you, we do the FaceTimes, we do the in-person posing, we do all the posing, and they build you a custom routine for your physique. You gotta have coaches that are gonna do that for you. And you absolutely, I strongly suggest, don't waste your time, don't waste your money, don't waste doing a prep for 16, 20 weeks, whatever you do, and come into the show and get last place because you didn't focus on your posing. Don't try to cut corners. If you wanna win, you wanna do your best, you wanna actually make all this hard hard work worth it, then you do what it takes from the start. And I strongly suggest, as tip number 1, to master your posing, to get the best placing, to do whatever you want to do, get yourself a posing coach. Alright, so you got yourself a posing coach, and please make sure that you understand the importance of what I just said. Don't cut corners, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's tempting, I know everybody wants to save money, but you're going to spend way more money wasting your time doing shows not placing than you will if you just get a damn posing coach, hire him, and go, it's not even that much money. It's far, far worth it. Trust me, you'll feel more confident, you're going to look better, you're going to do everything better. It's going to be way better experience for you, especially if you're first time or whatever. Even if you're a pro, if you have a coach to work with, it will always be better because it lets you be the athlete, get you out of your own head, and let somebody else, your coach, help you get to the next level. There's a reason that all top athletes in the world, even the Olympians in bodybuilding, have coaches, and it's because it's something that you need to get to the top of whatever it is you're trying to do, okay? So take that seriously. In fact, if you need help, go to TeamFFLEX.com right now and subscribe to the free trial, and me or one of my coaches, when we get you into our training app, it's totally free. We will talk with you about posing. We can even assess your physique, assess your poses. We'll do it for free, okay? We'll do that for free. We'll see what you need to be. We can pose for all divisions. We'll give you some feedback. We'll give you some info, some stuff that will help you. I am at seminars doing stuff with Sandy Williamson all year, as well as Brianna, one of our other posing coaches and coaches on TeamFFLEX. We are there all the time. We know the current up-to-date stuff, the stuff you gotta know. Sandy Williamson is one of the head judges at NPC IFBB. She knows all the posing for all the divisions to the T of what's accurate, what's current right now, and we do too. And so if you want that free information, you want us to take you in and help you figure out your poses just a little bit, go to TeamFFLEX.com right now and subscribe to the free trial. Tip number 2, okay, is one that I've brought in for a lot of competitors over the years. It's one of the things I suggest. If you've trained with me for contest prep, it is likely you have experienced this. And this is what I say is the make or break for a lot of competitors when it comes to posing, and that's posing between sets, okay? I started doing this years ago when nobody was doing it. A lot of people weren't doing it, and now I know a lot of teams, a lot of other coaches, a lot of other people started doing it because probably they've seen so many TeamFFLEX competitors doing it, honestly. But this stems back from long, long ago. Bodybuilders used to do this stuff all the time. Posing between sets is huge, okay? It's huge. And I make people do it currently because it is so damn important on every level. Let me tell you why, okay? When I'm building a program, when any of my coaches are building programs, if we have you posing between sets, we're doing it with like muscle groups, okay? So let's say you're working back on a certain day. Well, I might have you do a set of pull downs as a men's physique competitor, pull downs, pull downs, pull downs, and then as soon as you're done with your set, instead of sitting there texting your friends or, you know, talking to people fucking off in the gym, I'm gonna have you hit a back pose, okay? I'm gonna have you do a back pose and hold it. Hold it for the duration of your rest. If it's 30 seconds, you hold it for 30 seconds. A minute, you hold it for a minute. And with that, right away, here's a few things that are gonna happen. We are training the muscle that we need to utilize in specific poses, right? So for bikini competitors, might be glute day, might be hamstring day, might be something that you're doing with a glute or hamstring exercise, and then I'd have you roll into a back pose on your rest, all right? And that's, again, we're training the specific muscle that we need to utilize in the pose to make the pose as good as it can be. And in reality, this will change the game for your posing on stage, right? A huge problem with a lot of people's posing is first, they don't have a coach, right? We already talked about that. And then, they don't know how to fire specific muscles. They don't know how to turn it on. They don't know how to flex their lats in a back pose. Girls don't know how to, get their hamstrings in the right position for a back pose in bikini. So on and so forth, no matter what. You don't know how to accentuate. You don't know when to flex. You don't know when to relax. You don't know how to turn muscles on or turn them off. And those are all important parts of mastering your posing. And so with that, I say, okay, well, let's do this. Let's bring you into the gym because I'm going to make you pose in the middle of the gym too. All right? That's the other bit. A lot of competitors First time, last time, whatever, 25th show, everybody gets nerves. All competitors get nerves. Beginners to pro, I'll tell you straight up, they all get nervous, they get excited, they get geared up. You're going to go stand on a stage in practically your underwear, no matter what division you're in, right? Bikini girls wearing small bikinis. Men competitors are wearing small posing trunks. This is what happens. This is the sport of bodybuilding. You are literally bearing your whole physique to the entire audience, okay? And it could be a small show, could be a show with hundreds of people. Doesn't matter. Everybody's looking at you. When you come on stage, you are the pinnacle of everything out there. And that's very nerve-wracking for a lot of people. And even if, like I said, it's your first show, your 25th show, you get those type of nerves. You get thinking about that. You start thinking, whoa, I'm stepping out here on my bikini again. Well, this is going to be crazy. I'm going to get a little nervous. Everybody's going to be looking at me. Well, guess how you combat some of that right away? You train it in advance of actually getting to the show. And that's why I say pose in the middle of the gym. You will look weird. You will be the weirdo in the gym that's doing her glute hip thrust and then she stands up and holds a back pose. People are going to stare. People are going to look. People might be saying a little shit over here like that. But guess what? It's the same shit they're doing on the stage at the bodybuilding show. You're going on stage to get judged by judges. You might as well start getting judged in the damn gym. Hashtag judged in the damn gym if you're still with me watching First Call Out right now. That's something that I strongly suggest. It will help you break down those barriers because eventually you're going to be like, this is just natural. This is just what it is. And then I'll tell you what, once you start doing that, you'll see all the other little competitors in the gym, all the other little men's physique, all the other little bikini girls. They're all in the gym. You know about them. They're in there. Everybody kind of knows intellectually who's doing what. Now you're going to see them doing the same shit. They're going to be like, whoa, that's what? What? She's going to beat me. They're going to come at me. They're going to be posing better than me because they're practicing. And guess what this does? Every set, you know how many times in a workout that you are actually in a rest? Right? If we think about a proper rest period, if a set takes between 40 to 60 seconds, a rest period is usually 30 to 60. So half of your workout, half of the time in your gym, you're literally sitting there on your phone, or you're talking to people, or you're just doing nothing. Why not make most of that time and practice your posing? Because I'll tell you what, you're going to be more confident, you're going to know how to fire muscles better, you're going to look better on stage, you can present better, and that will get you that first call out. Number 3, and again, please, if you need help, go to TeamFFLEX.com and subscribe to the trial. We'll help you with your posing. It's free. If you're serious about your posing and you don't do this, you're not serious at all about winning your shows, okay? Tip number 3, though, is to practice your poses also individually. Okay, so we talked about getting a coach. Well, guess what? You'll practice with them. Perfect. They'll get you set up. They'll show you the right angles. They'll get you where you want to be. That's what we will do at TeamFFLEX with you too. If you want it for free, go to TeamFFLEX.com and subscribe. But also what you got to do is pose in the gym. It's going to be more practice there. It's going to be even better because you're firing those same muscle groups. And then number 3, now you actually got to practice your routine, okay? When you are posing at a competition, you have an individual moment. You have a time where you will come out for bikini competitors, about 10 seconds, where you get to do your front and your back pose and you're off. And then you'll be in comparisons and you'll do all those as well in the call out and whatsoever. But the point is, everybody has their individual moment to do their routine. So guess what? You got to practice those moments too. You need to literally dedicate a specific time every day. Every day you're on a prep. This is what I tell people to do. You're 12 weeks out, you're 16 weeks out. If I put you on a prep program, you are going to be practicing your posing. That is the way it is. I will tell people to do different amounts of it depending on where they're at. But basically, daily posing, perfect. Do it every day. If you got 10 minutes to pose during the day, do it. A lot of people tell me they don't. Ladies, pose while you brush your damn teeth. Dudes, pose while you're brushing your damn teeth. Whatever you want to do to fit it in, you know. Hit a front pose, hit a back pose, get it down. And then also make sure you dedicate specific time, if you can't do it every day, specific time where you're going to do it. As if, basically, it's the real deal, the actual stage day. You're going to set up an area where you're going to walk out just like you would on stage. Practice your walk out, get out there. Do your poses. Make sure it's within the time limit. Do them to the best. Walk off and pretend as if this is real. Pretend as if the posing, you're actually on stage right now. You might be in your house, you might be in your basement, you might be at the damn gym, in the exercise room, the aerobics room, whatever. It doesn't matter where you are. Practice it as if you are there. See the judges, see the audience, see your family yelling and shit, throwing signs, whatever out there. But you gotta make sure you practice this. You gotta make sure you actually practice it as if it's real, because if you don't, you will deteriorate on stage. Because let me tell you this is what I always say. If you can see the judges, they're seeing you too. And even though you might not be the one in the center box on the stage, you might be off to the side waiting to come out and do your thing, they see you. And so if your pose is off, you're sitting and looking around la-di-da-di over there, and if you don't walk out good, you don't do all this stuff, you could have a great pose, you could have an awesome front pose, but if you didn't hold it on the sideline and you walked out like shit, you're gonna get shit scoring too. They're looking at the whole package, ladies and gentlemen, not just the little shit you do in the box. And anytime you're on the sideline, guess what? They're waiting for you. So you gotta make sure that you know that every part of it is important, and the best way to do that and make sure that you don't mess this up is to program it into your brain. Every day, practice that. If you can, every single day, sit down, do your routine, do your individual walkout, boom, go off, pretend as if it's real, see the judges, see the audience, see everything you need to see, and then guess what? What I always say is you should be able to wake up in the middle of the night. I should be able to pop up in your house while you're sleeping, somehow break inside your house, get into your bedroom, blow a whistle and say, pose right now. And you could hit it perfectly. And if you can do that, guess what? The nerves ain't gonna hit you. And guess what? If you're sitting up there and you're freaking out, you're like, oh my God, I can't remember my pose. It's automatic now. It's in you. You ingrained it in you. And you're gonna walk out, you're gonna be able to hit it, and you're gonna be off, and you're gonna feel great. You'll be like, whoa, I don't even remember doing it, but it was good because you practiced it so damn much, it became an automatic movement. And that's what you gotta do with your posing. You wanna make these things automatic. So far, we talked about getting a coach, super important. We talked about practicing between your sets, super important. We talked about practicing your individual routine, super important. What's the last most important thing? We got these 4 most important tips to master your posing. What's the last one? What do you think it is? I'm gonna tell you right now. You gotta vary it all up, okay? You gotta plan for the unexpected. You gotta plan for the things that you can't actually plan for. And as crazy as that sounds, it will make sense momentarily. Every single show you do, every single competition you do, it will always flow differently. It will always be different. You will never know exactly how long you will have out on stage, or how long you can do X, Y, and Z, or how long you'll be standing in the sidelines waiting for everybody else. Every show will be run differently. Literally, you could go to the same production companies, the same promoters doing the same type of stuff, you know, Spectrum, Muscle Contest, Center Podium, a lot of these things I'm a part of, sponsor on. You could go to any of these shows and it's not going to run exactly the same, because it's going to be a different show, a different level of competitors, a different, you know, could be a different crew there running the show, could be anything. So you got to plan for the unexpected. And so what I strongly suggest for all competitors, if you want to master your posing, is that you practice the variety. And what I mean by this is you know how to do your stage routine quickly, because if there's like 50 people in your class, for some reason, you know, it's a massive show, crazy stuff's going on, you're probably gonna have far less time to actually show your physique. So if you practice your posing and it's mainly, you know, taking you 15 seconds, 20 seconds as a bikini competitor, something like that, and now they give you 10, they could literally be like this. You could walk out, and then in the middle of your routine, I hear it all the time, it shows, thank you, they want you to get off stage because you're taking too long, and everybody's moving at a faster pace, but you only got through half your routine, right? How many times does that happen? It happens all the time. You see it every show I go to, people that don't know how to time their routine for the actual flow of the show. So know how to pose your routine slowly, because if you got extra time, you want to take advantage of that, and then also make sure that you know how to go quickly, because if the show flow is super fast, you want to make sure you get all your poses in. Here is what I will say is the most important thing, that you show a very strong front and a very strong back pose. Do not waste time in transitions. I'll tell you right now, transitions are the killer of your scoring when it comes to competitions. Judges, like I said earlier, are looking for your flaws, right? They want to see where you're at. That's what they're scoring you based on. The person with the least flaws is the winner. They get in first call out. They win the center. They win the whole class. They win the whole show sometimes because they have the least flaws. So accentuate your strong points, hide your weak points. During transition, you will have a very good chance that you're going to slip up and show some weak points. That's a weird position for every single one, right? Front to back, that's a time where things can really look off, right? You can lose your breathing. Gut goes out. You can show just something off. Maybe you got weak calves as a dude, and now they see the sideline like, whoa, that's not good. That's not what it's supposed to look like, right? Well, in reality, the transition is the killer. So, strong front, strong back, minimal time between those. Know how to pose fast, know how to pose slow, and then know that you want to show your best and hide your weaknesses all the time. Final thing that you should vary up all the time is your ability to hold your poses for a long period of time. In the call-outs themselves, you could be on stage forever. You need to know how to hold the front while the judges score you. You need to know how to hold it for a minute more. You need to know how to hold the back pose for a minute more. And then guess what? If it's one of these classes that they do, it shows all the time, where once you did your individual, you wait on the side, right? They're pulling you off to the side to wait for the call out, pulling you off to the side. You're going to be on stage for as long as your class takes. As long as that class takes, you will be sitting on the stage, out on the sideline. And like I said, if you can see the judges, they can see you. And they might be scoring you while you're off in the wings, right here waiting on the sides. So you got to know how to hold that sideline front pose very, very well for a large period of time. When I have competitors practice this, it's 5 to 10 minutes. I say, okay, as one of your posing routines for this week, what I want you to do is practice holding your front pose. Practice it holding it very good. Practice breathing through your chest, not through your abs. Hold your poses and do it for 5 to 10 minutes so that, God forbid, you end up in one of those call-outs. You're not going to be one of the people breaking down. You're not going to be one of the girls showing gut. You're not going to be one of the guys showing gut because they're breathing out. They're tired. They can't hold it. You're not going to be one of the ones that lose your smile. All these things come into play, and there's so much more I could even say about posing. It's crazy. This video could be 5-6 hours. I can't go into all those. I'm trying to give you 4 things that will definitely help you master your posing, and I hope that I did that today. So please understand, I would strongly suggest you get a posing coach. Strongly suggest that you practice posing between sets. Strongly suggest that you practice your individuals, and strongly suggest that you variety it up, vary it up, get everything you can in. So you got these 4 things rolling that's going to help you master your posing. Again, this is something that you can't skip. Just step 1, get a posing coach. Don't try to do this on your own. Everything I just told you, I bet you most of you, I bet you some of my competitors, right, are watching this like, whoa, this stuff, I mean, I know I've done it, but I didn't really think about it. I didn't understand it. I know most of you out there that have not trained with TeamFFLEX probably have no idea what I said about at least 3 of these things. You're like, whoa, that's a whole new thing. It makes sense, but I never thought about it. And that's because you probably had a coach that wasn't qualified. So if you want to get in with TeamFFLEX coaches for free, and we'll assess your physique, we'll work with you on some poses, we'll do that for free on this free trial. I don't even typically do this. I'm offering this right now. If you go to TeamFFLEX.com and you subscribe to the free trial, we will assess your poses for you and we will help you optimize them, okay? And that's totally free. It's a free trial. Go to TeamFFLEX.com, drop your email in the email list. It will automatically invite you to our kick-ass coaching app, and me or one of my coaches will work with you on your poses for free, absolutely free. If you are serious about being your best competitor, if you are serious about turning pro, if you're serious about winning your first show, if you're serious about getting in the first call out, then you do not skip out on what I just said. Go to TeamFFLEX.com, subscribe to the free trial, and we will get you set. Thank you for watching First Call Outs. All you out there, I hope you got something out of this. Please make sure you share the video. Please make sure you subscribe to the damn channel. Subscribe to the damn channel, and I'll be back tomorrow for Fitness Fire. Thank you for watching. Coach Rise out.